So before the video came on, I was just asking everyone, what do we do here? Actually, a good question, isn't it? See, at some level, what is unfolding on its own. It just feels like there is a simple voice which can try to come as an interruption in the unfolding. So it can feel like we need to hear a truer voice. It seems to be in aid of the unfolding. It seems to counterbalance at least the voice of the mind, the voice of our individuality. But since you're here, it means that already something must be attracted to this unfolding. And you're unfolding to your true nature, your true self. So what is getting folded back is only the layers of the clay, the layers of the pretend identity. So if this is happening already, is there a job for you to do? Maybe the best job is to get out of the way or stay out of the way. You see, one way of saying it is that the master is doing it. But it is the nature of the personal mind to put up these roadblocks. So that has been how we have created this play of individuality by creating resistance to what is. So if what is, or consciousness, or the Sadguru, whatever term you want to use, is pointing now to your divine unfolding by its own design, because this is the realm of duality after all. Another voice will also try to keep that unfolding from folding. For many years, without ever seeing this conveyor belt, I've been sharing this example of this conveyor belt where all this various types of food will come. And for the first time actually now in Dubai I saw it. This place called You Sushi where all these various types of sushi will come. Some of it was vegetarian thankfully. So we saw what it's actually like. So it is just like this openness which I speak of. Just like this. Allow the conveyor belt to roll. It will come with various offerings. One at a time, same way. You see, some of it coming back. Repetitive cycle. So this mind will come with its own ideas, repeating themselves, convincing you that you are an individual entity. But without that, right now, what is it that you are? Effortlessly. Don't even work hard or sweat for this question. What is it that you are? So let the conveyor belt go round and round. One of the dishes on the conveyor belt will say, when will this stop? You see, but that's also a dish on the conveyor belt. It means something if it was to stop. Something needs to happen for me to become free. The unfolding only means that our belief in these false pretenses, our belief in the idea we have about ourselves, falls away. What is on this conveyor belt of the mind? Inferences, judgments, projections. What is the basis for belief in them? The basis must be that I am a limited individual entity. Without that, none of it makes sense. Look at the thoughts you believe about yourself. And if you were an unlimited being, would any of them make sense? At least not the thoughts that give you any trouble. Name a thought that gave you trouble last. It's any of it.
No trouble.
Yeah, no trouble.
Enjoy.
Enjoy. Name a thought that gave you trouble last. Nobody has any thought. I want to believe you. But when I start getting the reports, see, Amaya said, I don't like seeing myself on video. Last thought. Good. Okay, so just like this, the thought can come. And then imagine this thought speaking to something which is unlimited, which has no defined shape, boundary, characteristic, form. You see that this thought becomes completely light and meaningless actually. So it is when a thought comes like this, it latches on to an idea about ourselves which is limited in some way, in shape and size, in name and form. And if you don't have, like Amaya, you don't have the, unlike Amaya, if you don't have the courage to expose like this openly, look within and see. The last idea which gave you any suffering or trouble, it could be whenever it happened. You'll find that the I that was being referred to over there, what you were referring to yourself or believing about yourself over there, was a limited entity, limited by body, limited by the mind, limited by our conditions. So, what can I do to help you in not picking up identity from this conveyor belt? You tell. Yes. Shanti says something also, which is not so uncommon. She says, the belief I have is I'll never get it. I'll never get it. Get it together? Or get it together? One more. Is it get it together? You mean pull it together in life and make a good go of life? Or you mean never get it, like what we are talking about? Or she's talking about life in general and trying to get it together and make it function smoothly in some way. Or something. Another example of, again, even in this, the I, which one is this one? It's not God. God never get it together. So clearly there must be a limited I which can just not get it. And then you see the mind will try to pull in all the even the spiritual ideas. You know the truth, and still you can't get your life together. There must be something wrong with you. These kind of things. You know what the truth is. You know you are pure awareness, the self which is untouched. And yet when it comes to life, you just can't get it together. You see, so this you quickly comes in as a limited identity, even under the shadow of the greatest insights. It sneaks in. So I want to propose that all spiritual practices, all chantings, everything, the basic intent behind them has been to get you to this point of openness, a courageous openness, that you're not so compelled, you don't feel so compelled to pick up conditioned. But another one which is even more popular is the belief that I'll never get it. Maria said that when she heard me saying, she said, for me, she's feeling or believing that I'll never get it. And the simple Advaita answer, of course, all of you know that you are it, there is nothing to get, you know. And yet, there is something that is not so straightforward because there is this moment of insight which is available right now just to see what you are. And it can feel like in life, most of humanity seems to be just distracted with the images and inferences and projections of the mind so much that even this ever available insight about what I am, this ever available recognition about what I am, seems to be elusive. So, although it is completely true that there is nothing to really get, nothing to be done about it, but not in the sense that if you were to look right now, you could have a fresh insight about what you are, which is beyond any phenomenal experience. All these examples in satsang are for that. If you came with a strong belief that you are a drop of water, okay, and you have this belief that this drop of water is so unworthy that it will never get it, suppose. then as a drop, can you get it? No. So from that perspective, it is true that the drop can never get it, but the drop can be dropped. So the ocean itself that you are comes to this recognition that ultimately the belief in the identity of this drop must be dropped. How does this happen? When does it happen? Nobody can truly say. Some can say it's the grace of the master. Some can say it is consciousness tired of playing as an individual entity that is unfolding in its true to its true nature now. So the words in satsang therefore are just encouragement and a reminder to that aspect of consciousness which is playing in the way that it is done with its egoic existence. So even behind the idea, I'll never get it. Which is the I? Which is the I which is hiding? That insight is important.